Hello there, lawfully armed. What do you require more of? I'm actually passing you right now. You could never get too much sleep. Actually, that's not true. You could sleep too much and wake up with a headache.
Ew.
Hey-o, is everyone sleeping?
No, everyone's awake.
Just passing through your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Mulberry. I guess I'm a little bit past you.
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny. Live on the internet. I've heard of it before.
Somewhere within 1 hour in either direction.
Yeah. That was a place that made national news a couple years ago because the officers tuned up a crackhead or whatever, and they got caught on camera. You get away from the fan, and I'll explain that later. That was the little town where the some lady gawking in the Walmart parking lot or Dollar General parking lot or something. Like she caught the last few seconds of a police apprehension, and if you only knew that part of it without the rest of the context, it looked really damning. Unfortunately for all the cops, that was the part that got played in court.
Yeah.
But
that always confused me about like when you go into a court case, the judge can tell you what you can and can't use as evidence. Like, I think that's bullshit. You should be able to put up whatever argument, whatever evidence you have to show the jury. Because if the prosecution's going to show the last 30 seconds of a video, I want to show them the full, 3-minute video.
I think that there was some footage from, like, there was a dash cam video angle and then at least maybe one body cam video angle, but one or two of the cops went to jail over it. And then I think the suspect, maybe he still got booked and prosecuted on, the stuff that caused their interaction, but he ended up like not getting anything for like resisting or whatever.
Yeah, what are you under arrest for? Resisting arrest. How does that work?
No, he had like rode up on a bicycle to a gas station or something and then like threatened to cut the attendant's face off or something and spit on her.
Oh. So he's a crackhead.
Yeah, from like your part of the world. From like Pennsylvania.
So he's a meth head.
Michigan or something. Yeah. Which I know Pennsylvania and Michigan are like 30 degrees.
nowhere near each other.
Yeah. But north of the Mason-Dixon.
Yeah.
Like he was just a stranger passing through on his bicycle. That he borrowed, 10 houses ago.
That's pretty amazing to actually get cops going to jail with qualified immunity. It's tough to actually get them on something.
Like I say, that camera angle was bad, and it caused a lot of outcry in the state. And everybody's
that should have zero bearing on a court case, just like Derek Chauvin.
I know.
The judge in that case said there's nowhere in America where he could get a fair trial. Well, that right there is like mistrial, dismissed. Uh,
Well, it's because everybody has seen it. Your jury pool is tainted, you know.
yeah.
But um, yeah, the part that the girl filming didn't, or person filming didn't get was that they when they first tried to soft apprehend him, he slammed one of the cops on the ground and bounced his head off the concrete, and so it like
Oof.
concussed that officer. And then he was the one that when he came to, like he came to fighting and kept going. And I don't know, it made that little community look bad, and it made the state of Arkansas look bad. And I think that they got because it was relatively close in timing to all of that summer love stuff. I think they handled it stronger. And I'm not
Yeah.
excusing it, but I also believe that like probably way worse used to happen regularly before body cams. But then at the end of the day, don't do bad things and you don't have regular interaction with the cops. So I don't know. I say that, and then
My
so all somebody has to do is make an accusation, and then you have the cop.
the person who trained me in my to get my CDL license, he was a sheriff back from where he was, and some of the stories he told me, if there were body cams back in those days, he probably would have been in jail too. And it's not that he was like using excessive force. It was that he was the only person that was gonna come. Like there was no one else. There was no backup. So he had to
Right.
handle Jim Bob, who was drunk off his ass and about to beat his wife to death. You know, you got to handle your shit sometimes. So I like to look at it from both sides. But sometimes the cops just riding that superiority complex, or they think qualified immunity is going to save them.
Hmm.
Because I've
I
definitely
know
seen
some
some
police
videos
officers
where,
that.
like, go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I was just saying I know some cops that are for ending qualified immunity.
The tough part about being the police is you've got to get it right every single time. The bad guys only got to get it right one time, and you don't go home that night. So it's tough to you know do it perfect all the time.
Hmm.
But then again, sometimes you see those videos and you're just like, ooh, that guy's going to prison. One sticks out in my mind is the lady that had like some mental issues or something. She called them because she thought somebody was outside of her house, and
Hmm.
one cop told her to go turn off her stove, and what she said something like, you know,
Rebuking the Holy Spirit or something, and he didn't like
yeah,
Bible talk, and then Jen did. He escalated it, and she said something about tossing it on him.
I don't even think she said that.
She
She
said
said
something
that,
that was vaguely a threat, but like she couldn't like harmed him. I
right.
remember that one. Watched it, and it resulted in him basically mag jumping her in her kitchen.
I think he just capped her in the head. Uh, and then after that, like he refused to use first aid on her or something like that. Like that looks bad.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like I would like to give police officers a lot of leeway, but that one looked really freaking bad to me. or the lady that goes taser, 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 and then pulls her 17.
Yeah. Wow. You got shot that kid. Uh, Not to spoil on you, but I'm just getting my mind spun up for the day. Speaking of religion, have you heard the gospel about the Walther PDP?
I have. The evangelist lawfully has tickled my eardrums once before.
We've got a 30-day money back guarantee. You try it out and don't like it, one form you fill out, and they email you the shipping label, and you put it in a box and kick it back, and then you get your. They have a third-party company that cuts you a check in 2 weeks. Is the goal. If they cut you a paper check for the full price. So even if you get it and you're like, I like this, but I should have got the smaller one or the bigger one or the compensated one. Your LGS doesn't miss out on the sale. You don't miss out on the moolah. And then they just sell the return ones as like refurbs or whatever. They go through them and clean them up.
You know, I would imagine most of the guns they get back in a situation like that haven't even been fired.
They don't get many back, and the ones that they do usually are not bad. But like they said, they didn't even. It's not even like about it. They're not going to reject it for finish wear or anything. So like you can get it and go like wear it out as much as you can shoot in 30 days. The footage is grainy. I can't tell. What's that sign say?
Uh, Exit 37, Ozark.
Oh, okay. You're headed east.
Yep, I'm going east.
You're headed
There's a
home.
love. There's a Love's right here. We stop at sometimes.
Is it still a Taco Bell slash KFC? No, Pizza Hut KFC.
Nowhere near there
Oh,
that we go to. The Love's is right off the
I
highway.
yeah. I thought attached to the Loves there was like a combination. I thought Pizza Hut KFC or Pizza Hut Taco Bell, but I
Not
haven't been
this
to
one.
that gas station in probably 20 years. So I don't know. That was the first one of those that I had ever been to. I thought that was amazing.
You can get a mashed potato bowl and a taco at the same time.
Yeah.
And we're doing our best to stay away from fast food.
I've been pounding the Sonic breakfast burritos here lately, but it's working. I'm kind of really only normally a 2 meal a day person, but as early as the mornings have been for the last several weeks, it's shifted my um, timetable up some. So usually I have like last second breakfast, and it's still eat my normal lunch usually, and now I just eat a little lighter dinner. That's worked out. So that way, if I'm under calories for the day, then I reward myself with an adult beverage, and that at least makes the first 3 hours of sleep good. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
I'm not a drinker. Like maybe once a year, I'll get a 6 pack of Budweiser.
I mean, I'm not really either. It's just Here lately, it's been something different trying out. I
My
wish I
kids
had a
wish I did
garage.
it more because I get evident, evidently I get stupid funny when I get drunk.
Yeah,
Wish you had a garage so you could have it like a beer fridge.
no, I was gonna say
Sit
so I
out,
could try and think of welding,
try and what?
learn to weld
Oh,
more than one
oh,
old timer. Those farmers that weld, that they don't weld out of they weld out of necessity, like to maintain equipment, and they all talk about having them a couple drinks, like steadies their hand.
ah.
Which now repeating it out loud begs the question: is it that it actually calms your nerves, or is that he's an alcoholic and it stops the shakes?
Yeah, could be either of those. I've never tried to weld. Never tried to weld after a couple of beers. I could stick two pieces of metal together, but I don't make it look pretty unless I got a grinder with me. Because usually what I'm welding is not two pieces of beautiful clean metal. It's usually some rusty junk.
Yeah,
Sunrise. That was the whole point of this live. I didn't even really expect anybody to jump on or even look.
yep. I was listening to the replay of Tim Pool from last night and got the notification. So here I
Yeah, I
am.
started. Yeah, it was a toss up. I was either going to watch Tim Pool or I was going to do this. I can watch Tim Pool later. I've got another 9 hours of driving to go, so I got plenty of time. I was before I went to bed last night. I was looking around at properties, and I just wish Arkansas wasn't so far away from where the rest of my family is. There's so much nice property out this way.
Especially whereabouts you're driving, except for whereabouts you're at now is where that first bear attack happened back about closed in on 2 months ago.
So what you're saying is, if I
Evidently,
get property out this way, I gotta have the 44 mag on me all the time.
I mean, I think you have about anything on you. Just you know, they're not they're not Jason. They're just like anything else that draws breath and bleeds. Hit it where it counts and hit it enough. We don't have them big Hollywood bears. They're just big furry dogs that happen to be able to climb trees. And they're usually skittish. I think if you don't lure them in with food first to film them and then take the food away, you're probably okay.
So don't walk around with a
And
stake around your neck, so the dogs will play
yeah,
with you.
yeah. Don't pinch off pieces of don't pinch off pieces of McDonald's cheeseburger and toss it to it. Like lure it up to you.
I wouldn't do that. That's like cruel and unusual punishment. Animal cruelty. think the trees blocked out the actual sunrise.
Yeah, but the mountain's pretty.
Yeah,
I was
I
trying
don't
to
know what
think
it is
last
about.
time.
Don't know what it is about cameras. Like they can never capture what you actually see. Like a ways back there was like the trees and mountain behind it, but in the camera it just looks so small.
Flip side of that, sometimes stuff looks prettier on camera than in person too. I guess we survived the EMP or CME.
Is it still hitting? I didn't even know.
No, I meant like I guess we made it or whatever. That's that storm.
Yeah,
I think
earlier
it's
this week.
done. Yeah,
I told my wife yesterday. It's like I half wish it did happen.
me too.
Things seem so, things seem so screwed up in the world, and I was at home, so if it's gonna happen, that would be the time. That's one of my biggest fears about what I do for a living. Because even if I was halfway home or halfway gone, trying to get back home, is it realistic to make it 1,000 miles?
Probably
And
not,
my,
but
and my
you
wife,
could
wife
like
is like, well, wife goes, well, on the highway, it wouldn't be that bad.
uh, if you just immediately flip the switch and like found like secured something that ran and just hauled ass, you could probably make a whole lot of that before the rest of the world figured out how bad off they were about to be, like before the reality set in. You might make most of that swath.
Yeah, that was one of the scenarios I went through in my head, whether or not to ditch my truck and try and find something smaller, more agile, or to keep the truck because it has really big fuel tanks, it has food, it has a bed. But these Amazon packages, they're going to be left sit somewhere. So it's either try and take the truck home, which has resources to it, but it's sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't get away from anything besides a freaking bicycle, really. Like any car, truck, motorcycle, moped, basically can catch me. So it's either the truck or you try and I'm going to say over the airwaves, legally and ethically procure alternate transportation. But I was talking to somebody. If I was all the way out in Arizona, I have a friend in Arizona. It might be better, even though it's in the opposite direction of home, to try and make it there instead. But my friend is not a prepper friend, so it would just be somebody you trust.
I mean, sometimes that's all we got. I know I'm not as good a prepper as I think I am. So
Nobody is.
it's just going to come down to mindset, determination, and whatever cards you were dealt in the
Luck.
event. Yeah,
If you're relying on any kind of prescription medication just to stay alive, like diabetics and things,
yeah,
just like if I was a type 2 diabetes, it's real bad. Uh, whichever one is real bad. If I was one of those, I don't even know that I would prep. Just be like, I'm maybe for my
I,
family, but I'm. What is that? What's that book? 1 second after the dude's daughter's diabetic. I mean,
yeah,
you're on a ticking time. You're a ticking time bomb. It's just a matter of when rather than a matter of if.
yeah. That's type 1. Old man Buttwrinkle said this to trailer.
Oh yeah,
He's
100%. The
saying he's a
trailer's gonna.
character.
The trailer definitely slows you down in your acceleration, and you can't take as tight of turns. But also, I mean, a regular car, I guess, doesn't really offer much protection either. These things are just giant aluminum boxes. Like they ain't gonna protect you at all.
Yeah, it is literally every other car anymore. Have you not seen all the pictures of people that ND in their vehicle dicking around with their gun? Guys messing around sitting in the driver's seat and like scorch one through their engine block through the firewall.
Yeah, I mean that's at least with a car you can get out of there faster. Like I'm a giant target, a giant slow moving target.
You're the modern day buffalo.
But I don't have thick skin.
You just
Was that somebody made insulin out of beets? Nip, I can't
no.
read
He
that.
says he said he takes metformin. You were talking about medications you prescribed to live.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
like he's got the type 2 beatus. He takes metformin. But he said that he's learned with he just there's some days he doesn't eat as much and he takes half a pill. And doing that, he's accumulated over a year's worth.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Just teach everybody everything you can within that time frame, and show them where all the caches are buried.
Caches.
Yeah, cache,
Cashews.
cache. Cashews
Attache.
don't last. Cashews don't last. Damn
Because
the
you eat them
oil in
all.
the nuts.
Oh,
The oil in
I
the
thought you
nuts.
meant
They
like
they go
it was
they go rancid. So don't put any cashews in your caches.
what he's saying is don't let Pat-Riot catch you carrying cashews.
Sure. Maybe I'll add that to my ending. Eat, prep what you eat what you prep, except cashews. Don't let me cashew. Putting cashews in your cachet. We have a bunch of before we realized that we put a bunch of peanuts. We vacuum sealed them and everything, thinking that they might stay.
Yeah.
And then just randomly, someone was saying about how peanuts don't last, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So you ended up with like rancid peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter.
I haven't opened them. I probably
Well,
should.
peanuts don't last. How they put them in the MREs and then turn around and people eat them, 10 years past their best by date.
Maybe they put something. They put something else in the peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all sorts of stabilizers and stuff, but
Yeah, there's probably some gasoline or something they put in there that makes them last.
gasoline smells good, but I've never tasted it on MRE peanut butter.
I thought you were going to say you've never tasted it. It was like, what? You've never had to siphon gas out of a car?
I fortunately have not. I mean, I have bared witness to people doing it, but it's never been the pump.
Oh, you've never lived until you got a mouthful of gasoline on accident.
Yeah.
The trick is to try and not breathe for as long as possible. Get that vapor out of your mouth before you inhale.
Old man says that uh, when the popo are no longer on the job and the pain pill junkies break into Walgreens, he said that's when he gets a chance to sneak in and find his heart meds.
Ah,
I'm kind of there with you.
do you think those type of people know what to take, or are they just going to take everything?
Man, I think some of those people, despite their outward aesthetic, are pretty sly. Like I have no doubt that they know all the name brands and the generics, and they'll find it. If they can get through. Of course, I guess if in a hypothetical scenario involving an EMP, probably all those magnetic locks don't work anymore. But I don't know. It seems like all the pharmacies anymore are double locked.
Do you think they
I think
would
it would
be
almost.
more like if the electric fails, then the lock is just locked and can't be unlocked?
I mean, it's polarity, so it's one way or the other. Either it's locked or it's unlocked.
Yeah, that
And I
wouldn't
would
make any
think
sense
fire
for.
code. I would think fire code, if it's an inhabited space, fire code would require it to be unlocked. But I don't know. I'm sure there's a push bar or crash bar on the inside, so that
You can open it from
if
the
there were,
inside.
yeah, if there ever like a fire or something, somebody could just
Well, I
run out of
doubt they
there.
build those things. I doubt they build those things like a vault. So if you can't get through the door, I imagine you could get through the wall if you were determined enough.
Work up a heart attack trying to get to your heart attack medication.
Yeah. Well, a random car in the parking lot is a thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm not being creative right now. See what happens is we say what the triggering event, and then I lock in on that,
Yeah.
and it keeps me from like big time dreaming.
But
Since I inserted EMP into the scenario, I just defaulted to
Yeah,
cars don't work.
cars don't work.
Maybe you get uphill
You,
from the pharmacy and you push one down.
yeah, kind of hard to get the horse and buggy up to enough speed to crash through a wall. I've said it before. I've never really been one of those end of the world like prepper guys. Like it, I think the chances are very minimal that something's going to happen that's going to be like a permanent Teotwaki or whatever. Even the EMP, I think after the initial like horrendous nature of all of it, I think within a few years we'd start to recover.
Yeah, I mean, you would be set back to the 1700s with some modern knowledge, but life would go on. It would be really dark for that first 6 months, a year, and then everybody would have all the hurting and fighting and confusion out of them. And I think there would be a
Yeah,
desire to return to the living would seek out community again.
yeah. Either all the bad guys are dead or they're in charge. So hopefully, the most of the violence would be over within the first year or two. So the takeaway from that is just don't be where the violence is. Tactical Muffin Top, what's up?
Yeah, I was trying to switch over and open up YouTube so I could share the link, but I'm afraid if I do, it'll kick me off of here. I'll try though.
I have my, I have my phone. I can do it.
Don't text and drive.
Share. I'm not
Steve, I said you can
texting.
delete things enough time.
I have a
Seeing me as a
I have a nanny cam that
gotcha.
if I mess with my phone, it yells at me. So what am I gonna do?
Just don't drive off the side of that mountain. Well, hill. You're not to the mountain yet. Should be getting pretty close to Dardanelle by now. Should.
Knoxville. No, it's exit 67. I'm pretty sure I sent Muffin an invite already. I'm back. I sent Muffin another invite. We'll see if it goes through this time.
Yeah, I don't have the opportunity to share it, or I would have sent him the stream link.
I just shared it on Muffins General and Twin Arrows General.
Cool.
Got a couple people watching, which is pretty much normal for me. I don't necessarily draw the crowds, is what I'm saying. What did old man Buttwrinkle say? OMB. That's what I'm gonna call you now. OMB. Government falls. Something we don't want may try to replace it, aka the Democratic Socialist. Yeah. What is that? The Cyber Nuke series?
Yep.
The Antifa tried to take over.
Yeah, all the converted college students.
One thing I did learn over the past couple of days, I watched an interview with a space weather guy. Uh, I always thought that like if we got hit with an EMP, it would affect like the sphere that was facing the sun at the time, or that the solar storm hit. But this guy says it's going to envelop the entire world. That makes it worse. Like I thought it was only ever going to be like one half of the world. I didn't think that it could wrap around the backside, but evidently it can.
Yeah.
Because that was like my one thought is like, well, maybe it won't be this half, or at least if it does hit us, there'll be the other half of the world that could, potentially come in and help.
We're all going to China.
Yeah, if it hits us and not China, they were 100% be rolling in here. They probably wait a year or two and let all the people die off. I think if the world without rule of law were to happen, just temporary government absence, the people you'd really have to be worried about are the cartels. From what I've heard, the cartels are actually like taking control of gangs in some of the big cities. So if they were already linked up in the end, they'd be everywhere. Muffin says made it to the bathroom. Is that what he said?
Yeah. We made
I can remember back from trying to recover from my motorcycle accident. Like my pelvis was all fucked up, and like your hips being connected, it doesn't feel like they're connected to every movement you make, but every movement you make affects them. So even just trying to sit up in bed or move around, it was so bad.
shared it in Bobby Bama's Discord too. See if we can't cross pollinate you some viewers.
Yeah,
TNT said sick invite. You should have it, TNT.
yeah. I sent it when I sent the one to Lawfully. I sent you both one, and then I just went out and tried again. So hopefully, I think it was after TMT's chat ended yesterday. I was in the back with Patriot and was saying about like how nobody in the world is as tough on a man than himself.
Yeah,
So like
I'm all
when you're
ears.
down when you're down and out, when you're laid up like the muffin is, you got to give yourself some grace. It's going to take a while. The Hollywood movies make us think that being the macho man or whatever, you can just take these injuries and this pain and just keep moving forward. But it's not how real life works.
TNT's knocking on your back door.
TMT, he's dynamite.
You're too kind, Pat.
TMT, he's out of sight.
Definitely out of sight for a while.
I bet right now TNT stands for Turd Might Tickle.
But
I don't know if anybody has gone through surgeries and stuff like that, like major things where you're on pain meds. You can't go to the bathroom when you're on a lot of pain meds. I don't know if it
I know I'm
makes
doing
your
that.
makes your bowels lethargic or whatever, but yeah, it's bad.
I can't push either because they cut through my abs, so I got like no. I just gotta like drag them through.
The missus just has to come squeeze you like a tube of toothpaste.
Don't do that. That would hurt.
Yeah, that would probably hurt.
All right, so she
Yeah,
smacks you on the top of the head like a turned over ketchup bottle.
Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, I'm backed up like that. Yeah, I guess anesthesia like puts one of your intestines to sleep, and it's like hard to pass gas and stuff. It kind of takes a longer to get going than the rest of your body. But I pooped yesterday, so that was good. I just thought I had to again now, and it took forever to get in here.
Gold star muffin. You pooped yesterday.
Hey,
uh,
I was happy I pooped yesterday. They're like, if you're not, then you're gonna have to go back in for some constipation stuff.
yeah, I,
They
I
call that
joke, but
incontinence.
it that is an accomplishment after something major happens. Yeah, I can't imagine getting cut in the stomach and like they work through your whole body to get to your back. Like just moving your organs around and stuff has got to be like, ugh, ugh.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it. Apparently, it's supposed to be better recovery for your back though, because going through your back muscles is harder to recover.
Yeah, I can see that.
Pat, are you telling me that you never wanted your guts rearranged?
Like maybe when I was a kid and I heard about the freaking samurai that could move their organs around so they wouldn't get stabbed in them or something.
Oh, I had heard that. I just thought it was every girl's dream to have her guts rearranged.
No,
Well,
but
I'm not a girl and I don't have the requisite canal.
yeah, me either. But no, I tell you what, I feel
No.
bad for my wife having a C-section now. I wish I would have helped her more. This is not cool.
You always got the opportunity next time.
No, we're done with that.
Uh,
You think you're done with it. Life finds a
nature finds a
way.
way. Yeah, you get healed up.
Levi wants you to eat Taco Bell. That doesn't help sometimes. Like I've purposefully eaten McDonald's before to get the side effects of McDonald's, and it didn't even work that time. Just made my stomach upset. So how you feeling, TMT? 2% better than yesterday?
I'm feeling a little bit better than yesterday.
You sound like you're, I don't know, up a little bit more upbeat or stronger. I don't know.
He
Yeah,
sounds
I
less opie.
got some sleep.
Yeah, well, that's a miracle too. Did you make it through all of Lord of the Rings yesterday?
No, I did not.
I forget what somebody said. If you watch like all the extended cuts, starting with the Hobbit and watch all the Hobbit and all Lord of the Rings, it takes like 24 hours or something.
Man, I'd believe more than that.
No, I think I slept for. I got 3 hours in my bed and then 2 hours in the chair last night. It was great.
Dude, almost the same. Different circumstances, but almost the same.
What were you saying? Your bed was too soft, and do you have one of those like memory foam mattress things? Well, no,
Yeah.
they kind you kind of sink into those, and they hold you.
Yeah, we took the memory foam off. It's on just half the bed right now.
We tried on our last truck. We bought like this really expensive memory foam mattress, and my wife thought it would be funny or comfortable to put on a memory foam topper, and you would sink down into the middle of that thing, and it was everything you could do to get up out of it.
Yeah, you really can't move with it, unfortunately. But they're comfy.
I like to flip flop back and forth from side to side, and when you're stuck down in a mattress, it's not easy.
You guys ever get tired of wearing what feels like the same 10 shirts over and over again?
Nope, I'd wear the same shirt all the time if I could.
Well, okay. You
You're
hate
wearing the
being
wrong shirt.
seen.
You need try if you see if you can find some Duluth or like
Oh,
at the
here we go.
Goodwill. Try and find some Duluth shirts or what's the other one called that I wear all the time? Uh, I can see the logo in my head. I can't remember what it's called.
Come on, TMT.
Carhartt. I was taking drugs.
Carhartt's like a good sturdy work shirt, but um, just- dang it, what is it called? There's this
What?
other one it's a
Big dog.
like more of a name brand, and it's they have a lot of tall, like big and
Big
tall
dog.
kind of sizes.
That boy?
No,
I thought
no,
we'll just stay in
no.
France. Yeah.
If my wife was awake, she would know.
Finch.
Anyway, just try.
There's a lot of Western wear
I
that's
don't.
big color.
I don't know if you guys frequent the Goodwill, but we go to the Goodwill all the time, and she is finding me good stuff all the time there for cheap. Well, cheap-ish.
Our Goodwill's getting kind of uppity on price.
Yeah, we just
I
had
get
one opened a new store really close to us, and we went there like the opening week. And luckily, my wife has like a mind like a steel trap. She remembers things. Like she knows what stuff costs at Walmart and everything like that, what you can get it for online. She's going through the stores like, I can get that cheaper at Walmart. I can get that cheaper at Walmart. I can get that cheaper off Amazon. Like, damn, you get all this shit for free. What are you trying to do? And she was just telling me that that when they get like a fake designer bag, they don't know how to check it. And they like, if they get something really, really expensive, they'll actually try and sell it online. And she said they keep getting in trouble for selling counterfeit handbags and stuff.
Yeah, I do that with prices too. I'm a steel trap like your wife. I'm awfully
Like I can
sick.
price.
I'll make do. One of the same old shirts.
Yeah.
They're shill.
I mean, when you work at a gun store, you got to wear like a gun shirt, right?
Yeah, especially since there's not cheap Magpul t-shirts anymore. That was my go-to on like self-bought t-shirts was get all the Magpul tees at cost.
Have you seen the upheaval over the RXM? Now Ruger's doing a bunch of firearms, not just their RXM. It's been a deal.
Yeah, Ruger makes all their guns. Isn't that crazy?
No, they're I seen something where they got gun communities all pissed off at Ruger now on all their products for some reason. They're going to change everything on every single gun.
No, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I know.
I thought they
RXM.
were getting sued. I
Minute.
thought they were getting sued because the Switch is working on their
Yeah,
will work on their gun or something.
because it can potentially work on it, right?
Well, it could potentially work in your bow tie. I don't know. I think it's a bunch of hullabaloo about nothing. Really, you see the changes on the Glocks were extremely minor. They were literally just like not near worth the freak out that everybody made 2 or 3 weeks ago. I mean,
Yeah, it's like
functionally enough
some
that it's a
bumps.
different gun, but functionally the same enough to be what you've always expected function wise.
I think it got blown out the water.
Reliability. Yeah.
It's a good looking sunrise there, Pat.
I don't know. Because he's in Arkansas. It's the second weekend of Modern Gun too, so fucking watch out.
I've heard the stories. People have
they're in rut right now.
Yeah, my wife had 2 deer run out on her this morning right before we switched.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were saying something about how we were up like 9,000% on deer and car collisions this year.
I call them meat missiles. I, I had a deer completely total one of my cars a couple years ago. I was doing like 70 miles an hour down the highway. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and all you can see is like the little tunnel in front of you from shitty headlights. And it was cold, like deathly cold that morning. Like it stung the skin. And I'm just like, brrr, listening to my podcast or whatever the hell I was doing. and just out of nowhere, just brown, jumped right in front of me, completely totaled the car, smashed the whole front end in, destroyed radiator. I couldn't drive it anymore.
Dang illegals.
Uh,
I don't
Levi
know.
asked
I don't know if
Dickies.
he crossed the. I don't know if he crossed the border or not. So I don't know if he was legal or illegal deer.
Dickies work shirts. Is that the brand you were trying to come up with a while ago?
No, it's but it did just pop into my head. It's called Foundry.
No,
Never heard of it.
of them.
Really? Maybe it's just someone in my area that really likes that brand. Only donates it to our Goodwill, but she's gotten me a bunch of stuff. Their shirts are like high quality and like soft, comfortable.
Well, there you go.
I just googled Ruger controversy, and it's just talking about the owner's advocacy for gun control.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely something going on because I keep seeing memes, and I don't get it because I haven't heard the story. I guess.
Last I had heard, they had told there was a lawsuit from the state of Connecticut, but somebody told me that it was like $5,000, and so Ruger was just like, okay, we'll pay the one-time $5,000 fine or fee or whatever. That's like just the cost of doing business. Because if that was $5,000 for every serialized, switch acceptable pistol, then that would that would ruin you. But if it's a one-time like fine, then that's like they'll make
It
that
wasn't
back.
even worth. It wasn't even worth paying the lawyer for that.
Yeah, it's like
The
speeding
the
tickets
lawyer
for rich
probably
people.
cost more than that.
Y'all gonna be here a while. Can't take you to the shower with me.
Oh, baby. I'm laying in bed until I pass out, so.
You can put it down. I don't need to be in the shower with you. It's okay.
You don't want to be really underwater.
No, I need to be with you. I'd take a shower.
Somebody's got to get my back, right?
Yeah, that's what Big Chungus is for.
I definitely can't do that right now.
He's got Big Chungus on a stick.
Me and Big Chungus go way back.
You go back to back and suds each other.
Hey, man. As long as there's nuts involved, we'll be okay.
No nuts. Use a little tail to floss your crack.
I'm gonna need a big tail. I got a big old crack on me.
No, thinking about it, I haven't seen a bunch of squirrels around my place. Like they getting settled in for the winter or what? Because I have so many squirrels. They love the hell out of my fruit trees in the front yard. I don't think I saw one apple on my apple tree. Like between the deer and the squirrels, I think they got them all before they even started.
I hadn't been in the woods, so I don't know what the squirrels are doing. The city squirrels are still doing their thing. We fall off the power line, get squashed once in a while.
Did I ever tell you guys the time I left? I was using a ladder to clean off the top of my gutters, and I was lazy, and I left it out for like 2 weeks, and the squirrels kept getting up on the roof of my house. So we're trying to lay there and sleep, and all you hear is tap 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 running all over the damn roof. Eventually, my wife was like, "You got to take that ladder down, or they're going to get up into the roof."
You didn't like the tap 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 tap.
No.
I'd be pretty amused by that.
Well, it probably is amusing for a while, but eventually you're like, "Oh, Jesus." I was looking into doing some deer hunting in my back acre.
Yeah.
Mm.
Still have my stand up from last year. I gotta go make sure that's still stuck to the tree real good. But my neighbor is letting someone use his property, which is behind mine.
See if they're pushing anything up to you, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wait for archery to come back though, because I don't really feel comfortable using rifle or anything like that in my small little area. But I do have a really good spot. Like I wasn't even thinking to do it this way, but there's this like natural clearing up in my woods, and there's acorn trees all around this clearing. And I take my grandsons for a walk up there, and we always see, like it's hilarious. My youngest grandson is obsessed with going and finding deer poop. He tells everybody, like after we go for a walk in the woods, he tells everybody for days to say deer poop. But I got those acorn trees and all that deer sign right there, and I just like instinctively maybe or just dumb luck, I set my deer stand up right across from that clearing where all the acorns are.
Sounds like a good spot.
Yeah,
Hold up.
and
So wait, your squirrels, I mean, your deer read English? Like you put a deer sign, deer feed sign?
yeah, yeah. My sign
Man,
says eat. My sign says eat here in Deerish, and I set my I set my deer stand up there.
yeah. Y'all getting the dry crap knuckles yet?
Yep,
Yeah, that started affecting me earlier in the week. Had to break out the old working hands.
this truck I drive, it's got a hard pull to the right, so I got to constantly hold the steering wheel left to counteract it. And I'm getting like
Yeah.
a dry skin, not quite of a callus, but just like this area of dry skin on my one finger, driving me crazy. We don't have any working hands on the truck.
Time to get your truck fixed up.
Yeah, it's been that way since we got it. And he says he keeps saying he's going to buy us a new truck, so he doesn't want to try and mess with the suspension on this thing. But he's been saying he's
Understandable.
going to get us a new truck for months. And he went and bought himself a new truck. So I'm like, oh, I see. Like he got himself a brand new service truck with a like one of the cabs on the back. You walk up inside.
Yeah.
Like I see how that goes. You got yourself a new truck before we got us a new truck. But then I think probably the real reason we don't have a new truck is because one of his other drivers was in a fatal accident,
Hmm.
like sometime within the past month, I think. He evidently fell asleep or something and ended up killing someone. And the truck is completely totaled. Like the cab isn't even on the frame anymore.
My God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you pay attention to the industry like we do, obviously because we're in it, like it's it's pretty bad. Like there's a lot of really horrible accidents all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the odds are just against you, like statistically or whatever. Not against you specifically, but I mean, the opportunity for lots of bad accidents is just there. Oh, gosh, I'm really tired.
Ditto,
I'm
my man.
trying.
I just
That's
woke
what
up.
we talked about earlier.
What was that?
I
I got on when I was listening to you guys talking about magnetic locks and stuff and EMP and Tiawaki and whatever.
Oh yeah. Do you have anything to add? Do you know how magnetic locks work?
Most of them probably won't be energized. They won't be a magnetic lock anymore.
yeah, but we were talking
But
if they're
like,
not
if
energized.
you're, yeah, if it's locked when the EMP hits, is the door locked or is the door unlocked?
It's Schrodinger's door.
Great question. I would assume all hospital doors fail-safe lock in, and then you have to manually open it.
Yeah, like there's got to be an override on the inside. Like if you were stuck inside, you would be able to open it.
But then, like on the outside, they get like an Allen key or something that you can get in with a key or something. You know, like
Torque security bit.
your church doors. You know what they have, like that big arm on top or whatever. That's an Allen key.
That kind of defeats the
Good thing.
purpose of a magnet of a lock. If you could just use an Allen key to get in.
Well, yeah, but
Social engineering.
right.
My idea is just go get the old farm tractor and run it through the wall.
Yep. Go
Backwards.
jackhammer, baby.
You gotta use tractors backwards. If you try and pull a stump or pull anything with a tractor, you're supposed to go backwards.
Levi said that the magnetic locks, if they go down, they need power to stay locked constantly. So it's I'm going to trust his judgment. He seems like a well-traveled man.
Well, as long as the EMP isn't so strong it destroys everything. I have battery powered 4-inch grinder. No door shall stand against me in
Yeah.
Teotihuacan.
Yeah. Grinder's the master key.
No weapon formed against you shall flourish or whatever.
But the storm that just hit us, like I don't think a lot of people realize how close it really was, because the orientation of the magnetic field, uh, if it's the right way, like if it's the opposite of what the charge of the Earth is, positive, negative, whatever the fuck it is, if the opposite pole of that magnetic storm is facing the Earth when it hits, it gets drawn in, and that's when it's really bad. But this one was like perpendicular somehow and like more or less bounced off of our atmosphere. Like I had heard about the aurora borealis being seen down through the most of the United States, but it didn't click that the category of storm that it was going to take in order to cause those lights. So like I didn't even know what could have happened at that moment. It wasn't until afterwards somebody was like, "Yeah, that was a really bad storm, and it could have been really bad." And I was like, "Oh, good to know." After the fact,
Get Patriot from
Luckily,
Northside in here. Keep it going. I'm gonna go wash my arse, and then I'll come back.
is he copy?
Go wash your arse there. Lawfully,
Yeah,
I wish
keep
I
it
could go.
going.
I'm taking hobo baths right now.
Yeah, that's about all this will be. Just the water running down. I'll be right back. Don't leave me. I'm
I
awake.
can't.
I need you guys.
They should be able to jump in here soon. What do you
So,
think, Muffin?
Pat,
I'm 1,000 miles away when something bad happens. Like, not necessarily a EMP, or if it is an EMP, it's enough to take the grid down, but not vehicles. Do I stay in my mobile home, my truck that has a bed and food and warmth, or do I try and legally, ethically, and morally procure something smaller and more agile, faster?
drive yours till it blows off the bricks, then do that.
Yeah, that's kind of an in between answer.
Well, somebody's gonna try and rob you eventually. You just take yours and run through until you can. You got all your stuff that you know where it's at until you run out of gas. You know.
Yeah. Since our truck actually broke down a couple weeks ago, we haven't put everything back in here yet. So we're kind of light on supplies at the moment.
You bust out your bike and you just start. You leave all your fuel there. You just start off.
On the bike.
No, don't.
I kind of wish my truck had one of those big deer guards on it. That'd make things easier for the pushing. I think Lawfully said if you just go ahead and make the decision early, you probably get really close to home before everyone realized how bad it was going to get.
Yeah,
You
probably.
know, when stuff starts happening in our brain, we're like, oh, this is it. But most normies, they're going to be like, oh, something's wrong with my car. Let me call a tow truck. Oh, my phone doesn't work. That's weird. It's going to take them a while to catch on to what's really going on.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
there
you'll
we go.
car switched on. You'll be like, oh no.
Hey, yo,
Yeah, morning, y'all.
Good morning,
what's
Mr. Sir.
going on?
Just having some breakfast and slowly waking up. I'm not gonna lie, I miss my coffee.
You like coffee?
Yeah. Sadly, I haven't made any right now, so I'm just having some OJ.
Have you been listening for a little while?
I saw you were live, and I just hopped on for a bit.
Do you have any thoughts on the? I guess we sort of talked about it a little bit last time.
About the EMP.
Yeah, the EMP, how to procure medicines if it's if your life depends on it. If you're a trucker, would you stay in your truck and be slow, but have lots of fuel and food and warmth and stuff, or do you try to get another truck, get a car?
If I had to pick, I'd say just do what you can and just keep moving forward. And if you find another vehicle, then continue on the journey. I mean, Muff Top, you there?
Yeah, I'm like trying to nod off here, and I got the kiddo and stuff talking in the background, you know?
No, that's fine. What I was going to get at is where, people always think that society's going to collapse, like as people see it, like zombies and stuff like that. That's not how it's going to play out. What could play out is we have an EMP, and gosh forbid, but I mean, more likely the volcanoes could be going off. If you haven't heard of the series, The Road, basically it's a book, and it's pretty much where the whole world's all dead, and there's nothing but collapsed society. The world's covered in ash. There's no animals, and that the fact is that there's no law enforcement, there's no police, there's no military. It's pretty much just marauders and gangs literally thriving over the whole society and taking over the weak and innocent. I mean, that's really what the world could come to.
Yeah, that's one thing that should be taken into consideration, because the EMP strong enough to take out our grid and everything. It is going to affect the Earth's crust, I believe. I think they said that it will set off earthquakes and volcanoes.
I'm worried about EMPs. Look at the missiles we've been shooting in countries. I mean, that's seismic activity. You don't think that doesn't affect the Earth's surfaces and bottom structure?
I mean, I feel like asteroid impacts definitely have an effect, but those are many, many times what we're doing.
And that's my point exactly. We're like, imagine missiles, being like fingers pressing your flesh, and imagine the Earth's surface is that pretty much. I mean, that's we're weakening the surface of the Earth.
Well, I think there'd be enough good people to pull together small towns and stuff like that, and little cul-de-sacs. It wouldn't be totally the road right off the gate. I think that if it's true EMP, like forever down, all the nuclear facilities, chilling towers that house all their spent rods would eventually go, and you're going to see a death through just the nuclear power and the power plants and wastewater going down.
Well, I mean, that's another thing too, Muff Shop. You mentioned nuclear plants. It was one of the worst times society actually was really on close to collapse. Can you just take a wise guess back then?
Go for it.
Oh, I'm asking you. Can you think of a time where society was almost collapsed?
No, right offhand. Not on here.
All right, I can tell you this: the nuclear plant in Chernobyl, Ukraine, had spread most of Europe and all across of the, United States and other places. I mean, that nuclear radiation spread all over the whole world. It actually almost could have killed everybody. The fact that one plant like that size can produce that much radiation, nuclear, poison, it's enough to cause cancer and numerous other illnesses, and could actually literally wipe out even just society and nature in general. Even your water supply will be affected.
Unless you're one of the chosen few that the government's going to take down into their bases. And then you're going to have the time machine in the far future. You're going to have the Morlocks that were actually the government that went underground, and you're going to have the people that survived it all up on top. Or the 100. Some people went underground, some people went to space, some people developed natural immunities or whatever to the radiation, or were able to metabolize it somehow.
Yeah, but that's fantasy. This is, I think, realistic, buddy.
Well, they're definitely going to take people underground.
Yeah,
What was
well,
it?
how long can you survive underground though? That's the thing.
Not how long can we survive? How long can they survive? They've been stocking this stuff for decades.
And
They
they've been spending
people they can.
trillions of dollars making these deep underground military bases, and they're supposedly interconnected.
Most of those bunkers they only last for a certain period until you die. I mean, I hate to
Now they
say
got
it,
that
but
government
humanity dies
24/7.
at a certain period though.
I'm sure
Everything.
they can wait out the radiation at least, because the fallout is different from the radiation coming from the plant. So if you're far enough away from the plant, the radiation isn't going to affect you. It's the fallout that you can outlast. And from what I understand, that usually only lasts about 2 weeks.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I think I figured it up. I think if the nuclear one goes off in Nebraska, I'm far enough away. I'm good to go.
No, don't
Just
forget though,
it's the radioactive dust. Like
it spreads in the
it
air.
rains. It spreads in the air. It goes on to everything. But the half life of that is not 10,000 years. I mean, I can only repeat what I've heard from people that I trust. I'm not a nuclear scientist. I haven't done the studies, so I can't tell you 100% certain that's it.
Nope, Pat's 100% certain. I'm taking it as face value.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to sue me after the apocalypse happens if we both make it.
Get my radioactive lawyer out.
It's amazing how society has survived this long.
No, on one hand, you kind of feel like there's an asteroid out there with the Earth name on it, and it's just a matter of when. So you're like, oh, this is fucking terrible. Like, but then you realize the vastness of our universe, and other universes, how big they are, and how much space there is in space. The odds are just so astronomical. So it's a complete terror, and then it's like a complete nothing burger all at the same time, like
I
hitting
mean,
the lottery.
the last time we had an asteroid hit close to Earth was one in Russia, and that was back in 2012.
Um, I can't verify that the story was 100% true. Like if I had looked, I could probably figure it out. But back in 2020, or was it 2019,
Mm-hmm.
when they were putting up field hospitals everywhere, like they put them up in a matter of like a week, and everyone thought it was for COVID. Um, they put all those up, including that hospital ship that they sent up to New York that never got used. Like everyone made fun of Cuomo because he wouldn't use it, saying that he was Trump derangement syndrome so bad he wouldn't even, use that to help people.
Yep.
But this other dude had this theory because as fast as they went up, like 2 weeks later, a month later, this was like one of the largest global initiatives that has ever taken place. They put up these field hospitals everywhere, and like within 2 weeks or a week or something like that.
Yep.
And then they were around for a month or two, and then they just took them all down. I was like, well, did COVID go away? No. But what did happen is I think it was in Africa, a pretty big meteor hit, and then they took them all down. So the theory this guy had is that those field hospitals they had nothing to do with COVID. They had a projected Earth impact, and it wasn't as bad as they thought it was going to be, or maybe the bigger piece missed us and the small piece hit.
Are you
His theory
talking?
was that those field hospitals were because they thought we were going to get hit by an asteroid, a big one.
Are you also talking during a time when Cuomo put the sick with the elderly in their nursing homes?
Yeah, that was all around the same time frame.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't charge him for misconduct and mishandling on that. I mean, that was just literally need to be held accountable for that.
Well, fortunately for him, he's a Democrat, and Democrats don't get prosecuted, no matter what.
Well, don't forget also his family was also claimed to be part of the mafia.
Yeah, yeah, there's that too. The judge doesn't want to have their family disappeared, so no charges, acquitted.
Also, don't forget Cuomo was responsible for the New York Safe Act back in 2013.
The New York what?
New York Safe Act, pretty much the New York assault weapons ban.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so no AR-15s in New York because of that. He's held liable for that.
Yeah, I have a evil plan that'll probably, well, some might think it's evil, but I have a plan that'll never come to fruition. But what we got to do is, one of us or me, we have to lie our asses off and do whatever it takes to become president of the United States. And then what you do is you have a military parade. So you have a large swath of the military come to D.C. for a parade. And then while the generals are there, you say, I'm invoking the whatever that executive order is that makes it so the president can dissolve the government and do whatever he wants. Do that. Use the military to immediately arrest the entire FBI, the entire CIA.
Yeah, but then they'll claim you're pretty much like Germany or the Russian government or anything like that.
Yeah. I'll probably have to run for my life when I put the government back the way it should be, and resign. So you got to make sure the vice president is somebody who will make a good president, because after I do all that and like eliminate all gun laws and put laws into place that take money out of politics, all kinds of stuff like that,
Remember, it's
and then
Congress that has to do that.
I just resign and try and disappear.
Remember, though, it's Congress that always puts these laws forth.
Well, there won't be a Congress after this until I put it back in place.
Yeah, and then Pat will be the king.
I'll be the king for a while, a month or so, and then once I've fixed everything, then I put Congress back in place. But nobody in Congress is eligible to run again because there's age limits, and there's certain rules about where money comes from for these elections. Like if it's a state election, no money's allowed to come from outside of the state. Period. The only money you get to run your campaign is what your constituents donate. And in federal elections, there's no money allowed to come from outside of the country. The 17th Amendment is gone. The states determine who their senators are. That's going to force people to care about local politics. If you want a Republican senator, you better vote in a Republican governor and legislature. A lot of things. Too many things to mention offhand. But when all that's said and done, I put the government back the way it was supposed to be, and then resign and disappear.
I have a policy we could add to that. If you're a state representative that actually signed a law that you made illegals in your state become law enforcement agents, like police officers or sheriffs, that right there is an act of treason and you should be held accountable for.
Well, there's a law on the books that doesn't get used, which I don't know why, but it's called the deprivation of rights. And arguably, anyone who votes for a gun law is depriving us of our rights, and they could be charged.
It's not much different with interracial marriage laws. Remember that?
You know what I don't like? I don't like that we have non-American citizens that are in higher forms of power.
Yeah, that was one of my other things. No dual citizenship. You're not allowed to hold office if you have dual citizenship. Um, there's a law in the books if you're a communist, you're not allowed to hold office. Things like that. So all these people, communism and socialism are the same in my mind. So all these democratic socialists, you're a communist. You don't qualify. Goodbye.
Nope. Socialism
And
is doomed to fail.
I would have to, I'd be smart about it. I'd try and bring in uh, some people way smarter than myself to make sure what I do sticks.
Somebody who's perverse in lawyer speak.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely not us. I think that lawyer speak is definitely written to keep the common man out. That way we can't understand everything that they're writing.
Well, somebody told me once that lawyer, what sounds like lawyer speak, is what English used to be back in the day, and that's why it sounds so weird. That's a tough nut to crack.
Super tough nut. I'm falling asleep here, boys.
That's all right. You could fall asleep to the soothing sounds of Pat-Riot's voice.
Oh my. Is that why I have a
Brought,
boner?
brought to you today by Kenworth and Loves Diesel.
I like
The
love a big old thing to wash your windshield out at each gas station.
Oh yeah, the nice long stick,
Yeah, that's great.
but they're all tore up because the flip flop mafia uses them to wash their whole truck.
Damn flip flop mafia.
I saw a guy. He came over to the truck fueling stations, and he was using the windshield washer to wash the rims on his truck. And like I was so close to going over and being like, "What the fuck, man?" And then I realized it was like the chaser for a motorcycle gang. You ever see them out on the highway? Like there's the motorcycle gang, and then there's like a van or a truck following all of them. So yeah, that probably would not have ended well.
Pat would have just broke out that not 43X he's got with a comp.
Unfortunately, my safety bag stays in the truck, so probably wouldn't have helped me in that situation.
Yeah, safety bags are meant to stay in the truck, I suppose.
Someday I'd like to talk to like a constitutional lawyer because I'd really like to know how we went from shall not be infringed to whatever we feel like infringing kind of works. I'd like to
because
know how that happened.
because
I like
states
how
do technically
Waffle's
have
right
the
in
right
front,
to
but
make
he's not back
laws.
here.
Oh, that was one of the other things I came up with when I'm king of the world for 2 months. Is a federal law. All gun laws are unconstitutional. Shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed. And federal supremacy clause. All states need to follow suit. No more NFA. No more GCA.
I mean, I mean, Pat, you know what the last time we had with a state by state issue? I think I brought this up to you.
I don't.
Interracial marriage laws, miscegenation. So states pretty much forbid people of different religions and also nationality from actually marrying each other. So if my wife was like black or Hispanic or even Indian, I would actually lose my kids, my wife, and I'd probably go to jail, state level. They even did it in states, not just in the South, but the state of Montana would actually prosecute you if your wife was even Asian or Indian. And if you're also a religion, like say my wife was Catholic and I was a Protestant, I literally would still go to jail.
You watched Yellowstone, don't you?
Yep. No, but that was also a state by state case by across our country, and it took like almost 20 years just to get it to the Supreme Court and rule it was unconstitutional on the 14th Amendment because it applied to all people affected. So very similar, parallel with that and the Second Amendment.
Yeah, the trouble is, I'm king. I'm king of the world. So
You bring that up a lot, so I'm assuming you have an interracial marriage. Like, not to be a dick or anything, but
What's up?
so you bring that up a lot. I've noticed. So you have an interracial marriage, like not saying it's here or there, but
No, I'm not married. I'm just saying the parallel with the gun laws and also the law of interracial marriage is exactly very similar to how people can get prosecuted over a piece of metal.
oh, gotcha.
You see how I'm talking about? Like just over something that's so stupid it's in the books that they can just put people in jail for just something.
Right.
yeah,
Takes
that's
a
one of
long
the
time.
laws that I'll get. That was on. If it's anything stupid like that on the books, it all goes away. Like I want to hit the reset button on all these freaking laws.
The next big hurdle that we're going to have is the mental health and stability issue when we have people that think they're cats and people that thing like that. The mental thing is going to be, I think they're going to like let AI put a classification on people, and if they're tuned one way or the other, or if you're too extreme or whatever, that's going to be the next hurdle, and I think that's going to start taking away our rights, unfortunately.
I think mental facilities need to be reopened more. I think we need people that actually care and look after these people. I don't just see it as a spiritual issue. I see it mental issue. I also see it as issues with bad parenting that's going on out there. A lot of kids aren't being taken care of. A lot of kids aren't being put in the right directions, especially in the education field. And a lot of them are not being parented as how parents should be taking care of their kids.
Oh, a lot of them are single parent households, and it's because of the shitty culture that we have.
I mean, how many kids are born out of wedlock each day?
Yep. The stable household is dissolving, and that's ruining the youth in our country and the future.
I mean, is it possible you can live in a broken and fractured family? Absolutely, but the road for that person or multiple individuals is not easy, especially if the family's very dysfunctional.
Yeah, Pat.
I think what you tax what you don't want and you incentivize what you do. And by taxing people, the harder you work, the more taxes you pay. And by rewarding people who don't get married and have multiple children, like that's what you're incentivizing. That's what you're going to get. Another idea that I've had, it's not my idea. I think Turkey does this. Something along the lines of if you're married and have 3 kids, you don't pay taxes anymore. If you incentivize what you need, then that's what you get.
Family. And yeah, at a certain point that gets super expensive. So I mean, I could see that kind of, but I could also see that being weaponized here.
What, married and 3 kids, no taxes?
Yeah, and then you divorce or whatever just to do it.
Well, then you don't get no taxes anymore.
Yeah.
The thing I'm kind of worried about is the legalization of prostitution. That could really destroy this country. Like, listen, I don't care what anybody does.
Forget prostitution. AI and sex robots is going to do that.
Lawfully back in.
My point being is it's a two-edged sword, and I don't care what people do with their bodies. My point being is, I mean, we got enough divisiveness with a lot of things that's on the books already. Hey, lawfully.
You already have OnlyFans, so I don't know how it's any different.
Well, I mean, like I said, how many kids are already born out of wedlock? It's just bad enough as it is if you want to raise a kid that's, their mother's possibly a prostitute or not.
Yeah, but if there's somebody giving it up for free and they've got rubbers, I don't know. I think you would have fewer, to be honest. I don't think it would make an appreciable population contribution. I know we can argue the legalization of loose morals or whatever, but I don't think it would make an appreciable difference on the population.
I mean, prostitution is legal in Nevada, and people aren't lined up for miles to get into those cat houses.
Yeah, I don't think
that's only by county law. If you're outside the county, you still get arrested for it.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I don't think that's look at the number one growing business in the America. What we export, it's pornography actually, which is disgusting. It's the biggest growing business in the world. So that's a spiritual battle because that's sin, right? But it's tearing down the normal household and whatever, and it's like it's demoralizing women, but they think it's power.
It's also degrading and it's also corrosive. I mean, you talk about sin, it's one of the most corrosive things out there, especially when it comes to sexual immorality.
Yep, and heavier today than on Saturday morning.
No, I'm just speaking the truth, dude. I'm not trying to make this moment or morning like feeling like down, dude. Sorry about that. It's a beautiful view, by the way, Pat. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful.
OMB says all hail King Pat or King Riot.
Look at that view there, man. That's beautiful.
And only 3 hoes.
I wouldn't say this is one of the better places.
Nah. You're getting too West Central now.
Yeah, I'm getting too close to Memphis. Like you can see the rot start to set in when you get close to Memphis.
You're already on the other side of the state.
Oh boy, you're going to Memphis?
I hate Memphis.
Dude, that's where the gangbangers and the auto seers are. Holy shit,
yep.
Man, you're going to be in the thick of it.
There's a Love's that we used to stop at all the time, and a Petro right next to it. There's been shootings at that Love's. I used to stop at a Pilot that was in Memphis, and I got tired of, people begging for money and shit like that.
What else? If you're going to Memphis, let me ask you this: is there a lot of poverty?
Yeah, actually, it's Little Rock. I'm getting close to Little Rock, not Memphis.
I was going to say you like teleported a third of the state in an hour.
Yeah, that didn't happen. The roads at Little Rock remind me of Memphis, though, because they're so freaking pockmarked.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is like 2003, President Bush came to Arkansas, and that was his comment. He's like, man, the roads suck here. And so the state like spent a shit ton of money to try and improve the roads, and they're still fucked up. 20 years later.
It's not nearly as bad as New Mexico. I would say out of all the states that I run through, on this job, New Mexico is by far the worst. Like it gets so hot out there. Out west, like you got to make your roads out of concrete. Blacktop just ain't cutting it.
I like how it starts out black top and within 12 to 18 months it's gray top.
It's gravel or nothing, Pat. If it ain't a dirt road, I don't want it.
Well, if I can't do 70 miles an hour on gravel.
Oh,
Not for very long, anyways.
And yeah,
It's bad enough on the paved blacktop. Any lines in the road, these big trucks, they love to follow the lines. Yeah, OMB says Arkansas has nasty rest areas. Yep. You got prison toilets, the stainless steel toilets, and you're lucky if there's a toilet seat on it.
that's
You're lucky. You're lucky if there's any TP in there. And I would say about 40% of the time you could tell people are shooting up in there because sometimes there's like blood spatter on the wall and shit.
Man, I don't see what you're complaining about. All that sounds like a perfectly quality bathroom.
Sure. The only worst ones, I can't remember where it is, but out west, the rest areas, like the state rest area, is just a porta potty. It's like a fiberglass shell over a giant hole in the ground.
that's the good stuff right there, Pat.
Those are scary. Like there could be anything down there.
You know, it's one place you don't want to be, Pat.
Michigan.
No, you don't want to be in a Super 8 hotel. Don't ever be at a Super 8.
I don't want to be in Michigan, so
That's better. That's better. Hotel 6.
No, Super 8 Hotel 6 or whatever it is. They're so filthy. You can see stains. There's blood. There's freaking bugs everywhere, and very questionable stuff in the bed sheets. Also, as you can see in the UV light. Yeah, filthy.
Yeah,
Absolute filthy.
A lot of people recommend like bringing your own blanket and sleeping on top of the comforter, which probably isn't much better. So maybe you need to bring your own sheet, put a sheet over the comforter, and then sleep on your sheet. And bring your own pillowcases and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you just bring your own bed.
When we were out on the
roar?
Yeah, I heard the ding ding ding. Other than that, now all I hear is knocking. When we were out on the road, OTR before, we would stay in hotels every once in a while, but we would always pick a nice one. As kind of a treat.
Oh boy.
Treat yourself. I'm about to treat myself. Fine Sonic breakfast burrito.
Was that South Park reference?
No, I just like Sonic.
Ah.
Serves the sweet sound.
Oh, look at that. You got a RV right there with the car being pulled.
Hit him, Pat. Hit him.
No.
He's got a Jeep on the back. His thing says, "I go where I'm towed."
Are you around Toadsuck now? There's Toadsuck, Arkansas. I think it's southeast corner, though.
Right before Little Rock.
I never got into the RV concept. It's just a lot of management and money you gotta keep investing in.
Yeah, it's like any other recreational kind of thing. It's something that's money that doesn't have to be spent. like boats. The
But I mean, like
the two best
yeah, sorry.
the two
Guess
best
so,
days of
yeah.
owning a boat. The two best days
The
of
day you
owning a
buy
boat: the day you buy it, the day you buy it, the day you sell it. Same thing with an RV. Two best days of your life:
No,
the
no,
day
but
you
an
buy it
RV
and
is
the
like
day you
what
sell it.
two? What an RV is like 200,000-300,000.
I mean, if you're going to get one of those giant like tour bus kind,
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I think it's another license you got to get.
um, I
But you
don't think so because I don't think they have air brakes. Some of them, yes, but not all of them. We looked at one. We looked at several a couple of weekends ago. We looked at one that looks like a tiny house, but it has a loft bedroom, so
Mhm.
you can't stand up in the bedroom. You got to like crawl across the bed. That sucked. I just liked the way that one looked. And then we looked at a $70,000 fifth wheel, and that one was real nice. But it was also $70,000 and a fifth wheel.
I mean, the other option
So,
apart from an RV, I've seen people get school buses that were old surplus, and they actually convert them into actual mobile homes.
yep, I see that a lot out in Arizona. Uh, there's I guess it's BLM land up there. You're allowed to go camp on, and there's a bunch of schoolies out there. All things I've considered over my many years when I used to commute. I thought about converting school buses, selling everything and living in an RV. They all have their difficulties, though. Society doesn't like it when you don't have an address. For some reason, you in New York you can get a CDL driver's license that says no name given. But if you're an American citizen and you live in a camper, they make it really hard to get your driver's license renewed.
Oh, we just lost Lockwood.
Yeah, I don't think he lives very far away from his work, so he's probably going into work.
migrated to the bathroom trying to take a shit again.
Drink lots of water. That's all I got to say. Then you have to get up more often to pee, though. I never thought to ask. Does my bouncy picture make everybody sick?
Not really. Hey, there's a church right there in the left. I see.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I don't know. I just took a piss though, and it felt good.
No, seriously, is that a church over there?
Yeah, First Pentecostal Church
Yeah.
is what it says. It's huge.
Yeah. No, I don't mind camper life. I could do that. I get a heartbeat. You get a nice bumper pole with that's the slide out, or you get a fifth wheel. Park it. Take your truck wherever you got to go.
Mm-hmm. If I was ever going to travel,
Yeah,
I'd
we're
probably
going through.
pick up. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying if I was going to travel, I'd just stick with a pickup and probably have a modified back end where you could be able to use it as a camper.
Yeah, those truck
Yeah.
ones are okay, but boy, they're tight.
Yeah, if you're just a single dude, no animals or anything, yeah, I guess you can make it work. The whole thing about campers and tiny houses and all that stuff is the camper is built and it uses up all the space, so you can't have anything else. Like the only thing you can have in there are like your clothes and people. So you basically have to get rid of everything. My
Oh,
joke with the wife was that we're gonna have to carry like a whole 12-foot trailer behind us, behind the camper, just so I could have all my tools.
yeah, you got to become a minimalist when you do that.
And then like I've seen some videos of people that have done that, and you try and have a like a little basic tool set with you, but then it's like you can't even replace your own brakes or something simple like that when you're out on the road.
Yeah, we got a pretty good chunk of tools on ours. But, I mean, still, it's not having your garage full of stuff.
We're thinking about buying all this raw land and what we would do, like buying one of those pre-made sheds or building something small.
The happy
A
medium,
tiny.
if you can get one of those big barns that's like a 60 by 80 shop with 2 overhangs and you just park your camper in there for your first year. Because then you could still, expand your living space in there a little bit, still have all your tools and stuff, and then you can build your house or whatever, your cabin you're going to do.
That's kind of what we've been talking about, having a bunch of sea containers. Because we're gonna need like a at least a 20-foot sea container just for our food that we have stored up. Now I always thought it would be cool to put two 40-footers next to each other, and then they have those canopies that go over them, the Quonset hut kind of metal structures.
Yeah,
It'd be pretty cool to have two of those, and then like park your camper under there for a while.
Yeah, I like the ones where they do 3 of those, like one in the back, 2 attached, and then like the middle's a big courtyard kind of deal. Or like a house.
When you see those on TV, they look a lot bigger than they actually are.
Lovely's back, he said.
So I don't know. I don't know how many times you've actually been in a sea container. Those things are pretty small. Like you almost have to get the high cube ones.
That's how I got here.
In a
You drove a sea container?
Yeah, I stowed away. Me and my 5-gallon paint bucket shitter.
Oh, hopefully they at least cut some holes in the side for air.
No, that's what the shitter was for. He just huffed it.
The TMT's got it figured out.
Well, Lawfully, I know you just came back, but
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
going to
actually
shut her
leave. I
down
just
right here.
No.
Mrs. Riot needs to pee, so we're gonna pull off here.
Yeah, let's show some dogs anyway.
Tell her that I hope she enjoys her Arkansas rest stop.
Will do.
Her natural state, natural act.
We'll tell her that she treats you too good and she needs to treat you a little bit worse. Have a good one, Pat.
Yep.
Y'all go buy a gun.
Yeah.
Move
A
more,
Walther
eat less, kiss your
PDP.
loved ones, drink water.
Well,
It can be
a Walther
whatever.
A Walther PDP. 30-day money back guarantee.
Mm-hmm. And lifetime warranty.
I'm just
Of the
gonna
gun, not you.
Excuse me. Do you have a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior, the Walther PDP? Anyway, y'all be nice.
carry Glock.
Y'all too.